Good evening, YouTube. You guys are now watching another segment of the TheCaliEffect, King of Games. And today, we're going to be watching a really fun matchup between Warrior Toolbox and Gravekeepers in the GOAT 2005 format. Now, it looks like I'm going to be able to go first. Actually, I don't know who's going to be able to go first. I always delete the dice roll. I don't know why. But TJ is going to go ahead and go first, and he's going to activate Terraforming using its ability to add from his deck to his hand Necro Valley. This is 2005 Gravekeepers, ladies and gentlemen. So there was no Gravekeeper Commandant, no way to have access to Necro Valley outside of Terraforming, but it's okay, seeing that most decks don't run both Necro Valley and Terraforming anyway, so, you know, just Terraforming being Gravekeeper's Commandant isn't that much bad inside of the GOAT format. I think that Gravekeepers had so much potential, but were definitely underused, and mainly because of the powers of Necro Valley. Preventing both players from essentially touching the graveyard is critical to winning. No summoning of BLS, Chaos Sorcerers, no premature burials, or no Call of the Hundreds. Too strong. I'm gonna go ahead and start off my turn by ruining TJ's board with Heavy Storm, but TJ has something up his sleeve, activating Solemn Judgment in response, paying 4,000 life points. That is a lot of life points, ladies and gentlemen, but in return, he gets to keep his Necro Valley, which does allow him to disrupt the board. Gravekeepers are a powerful anti-meta deck. He's going to follow up on my end phase, destroying my face down card, my Torrential Tribute with Mystical Space Typhoon, and then he's going to flip up one of those powerful monsters in GOAT format, Gravekeeper Spy, allowing him to special summon another Gravekeeper monster from his deck to his side of the field. And I promise you guys, it's not going to be a Gravekeeper Spy to his side of the field. And that's where Gravekeepers actually do have another advantage up their sleeve. 2,500 defense Gravekeeper Spy can special summon a 2,000 attack Gravekeeper Spear Soldier, all because of Necro Valley. Also, you can bear on that with the fact that Necro Valley prevents players from using the graveyard whatsoever. You can possibly have the biggest monsters on the game throughout the game. TJ is really good at using the Gravekeepers to his advantage, using Gravekeeper Spear Soldier to attack into my face down DD Assailant. Now, he will lose his monster through DD Assailant effect, but Gravekeeper Spear Soldier has a unique ability allowing him to inflict piercing damage to me. So I'm going to take some damage, even though Gravekeeper Spear Soldier attacked a defense position monster. TJ is then going to follow up with a monster face down a defense position and then pass his turn back to me. What can I do to combat this? A Gravekeeper Spy? Possibly on the horizon face down again. I'm going to summon Mataza the Zapper and equip it with United We Stand. Under the normal circumstances, Mataza is a pretty decently strong card. 1,300 attack allowing me to get over the Gravekeeper's Spy, but I had to equip it to be able to just attack over the Spy. Now me, debating on if I should attack his face down monster. If it's another Gravekeeper Spy, it's no bueno. But if it isn't a Gravekeeper Spy, it's like a Gravekeeper's Assailant or Gravekeeper Spear Soldier, I'm really lucking out, so I'm going to go ahead and risk it for the biscuit. Go ahead, TheCaliEffect, attack with the Mataza the Zapper. You can only go downhill from here if it is a Gravekeeper Spy. I'm going to go ahead and declare that attack on the Mataza the Zapper. Its ability allowed to attack multiple times in one turn. And if it wasn't a Gravekeeper Spy, I think we would have been in business, but it just so happened, so I'm going to take a little bit more damage. And then trigger TJ's Gravekeeper Spy to special summon Gravekeeper's Assailant to his side of the field. A very powerful monster. If Gravekeepers ever had the problem of dealing with high attack monsters, well, that monster better hope it has a high defense too, because Gravekeeper's Assailant can change the battle positions of monsters and even get scapegoat tokens to inflict more damage. The deck is really, really powerful, ladies and gentlemen. The ability to keep field presence to deny your opponent graveyard structure is just really good. TJ is going to switch his Gravekeeper Spy to attack and then follow with another Gravekeeper's Assailant, not caring about my Mataza the Zapper's position and it being stronger than all of his monsters, because Assailant can switch his monsters from attack, or my monsters from attack to defense position, making my Mataza weaker than his Gravekeeper's Assailant. He's going to go ahead and inflict a good amount of damage to my life points. And it looks like this is going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize for one side of the life point switching to the other, but I'm pretty sure you guys will get over it, because I'm going to let you know this is pretty much game. Gravekeepers assuming or basically putting dominance on the board. 5,700 attack. I can't beat that. It's going to be game 2. There's no way Darkhold and Raigeki aren't off the list, so it's really hard for me to be able to overcome this. Going into game 2, it's going to be really interesting to see how powerful, or you guys seen how powerful Gravekeepers are. Let's see if Warriors can actually show a little bit of power of their own, because Warrior Toolbox is one of the better decks inside of the GOAT format, because basically it's essentially a search-heavy deck. Being able to get all of the critical pieces that you need at almost any given time can be pivotal for winning or losing games, and Warrior Toolbox does have that. It's another one of those GOAT decks that just gets underrated, because I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, GOAT isn't the best deck in GOATs. You wouldn't be surprised, and there's so many other variations of other decks that are just really fun to play. Now, I'm going to be able to go ahead and go first, and I'm going to start off by activating Reinforcement of the Army, allowing me to add a level 4 or lower warrior monster from my deck to my hand. It's going to be really interesting to see what I add. I can either add some form of, if you happen to destroy me, I can destroy you in DD Warrior Lady or DD Assailant. I can activate add Marauding Captains for a Marauding lock. But I think I'm going to add and normal summon the DD Assailants to my side of the field, which essentially creates a +1 advantage when DD Assailant is destroyed by battle. I can banish the card that banished DD Assailant, so really, really powerful card at allowing me to out any monster that happens to battle her, and she has 1700 attack, so she is no slouch herself. Really respectable attack. I'm going to set a card face down and then pass it back to TJ and the Gravekeepers. He's going to start off by already proceeding to lock me down in the form of Terraforming to add his Necro Valley from his deck to his hand. And I know you guys are asking, TheCaliEffect, where can I get these deck profiles? Because these GOAT decks are insane. I will be including them to my Patreon for everybody in my Patreon to see. And if you guys want to see the deck profiles for these decks, then go ahead and destroy that like button. Let me know that GOAT's not dead, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to 250 likes, and I will reveal them for everyone to see. I think that's a pretty fair, deal. TJ is going to summon Gravekeepers Assailant and then attack into my DD Assailant. I'm going to go ahead and trigger Ring of Destruction, destroying the DD Assailant, inflicting 2,000 points of damage to both mine and his life points. TJ is going to follow up with the card face down and then pass his turn. Both of us down to 6,000 life points due to the effect of Ring of Destruction. Me happening to have the monster advantage because now he has to try to attack into the DD Assailant again and get over it. I'm going to go ahead and push with 1,700 damage, bringing TJ down to 4,300, and then I'm going to set a card face down and then pass my turn back to him. It's actually quite reasonable that I didn't want to use, or I used the Ring of Destruction because apparently I only have one monster in hand, which happens to be the DD Assailant. TJ is going to activate Terraforming and then normal summon Tsukiyomi, flipping my DD Assailant back face down. Again, this is one of the more powerful cards inside of GOATs. Really hard to deal with a monster that just can't be dealt with. He's going to set a card face down and then pass his turn. I'm not 100% sure why he summoned the Tsukiyomi, but I'm going to summon the DD Assailant back to my side of the field. No bottomless trap hole, so we're just going to push for 1,700 more damage. DD Assailant showing dominance right now. I'm going to go ahead and, TJ is going to set a monster in defense and pass his turn. I'm going to go ahead and draw my card. I'm going to follow up with the normal summon of Mystic Swordsman, another searchable warrior monster that can deal with face down threats, so no Gravekeeper Spy. TJ is going to go ahead and Solemn Judgment the Mystic Warrior because he has to. If he doesn't Solemn Judgment that, he's in trouble. So looking at my options, I can attack with the DD Assailant because I don't think that's a good idea because none of the Gravekeeper monsters in defense are easy to get over. I'm going to go ahead and pass it back to TJ. He's going to draw his card and contemplate on his next move. I know if that is a DD Assailant, or Gravekeeper Spy, which it is. DD Assailant is in trouble. He's going to use the Gravekeeper Spy to flip summon and special summon a Gravekeeper Spear Soldier to his side of the field. So now he has two monsters and he has not normal summoned yet. He's then going to tribute the Gravekeeper Spy for the Gravekeeper's Chief, which would allow him to bring Gravekeeper's Assailant from his graveyard to his side of the field. I know it looks a little confusing because that's not exactly what he did, but he's going to soon send the Gravekeeper's Assailant to the graveyard, and then, or the Gravekeeper Spy to the graveyard and bring out that Gravekeeper's Assailant. So he tributed the Spy, summons Chief, Chief summons Assailant. Fortunately for him, Monster Zones don't matter in GOAT format. There's no cards that are good that take advantage of being able to, be in certain zones. So TJ with the Gravekeeper's Chief, I think that's a monster that he can sacrifice. He's going to attack into the DD Assailant. DD Assailant's going to use her effect to banish both monsters. No, he's going to use the DD Assailant instead of the Gravekeeper's Chief. And I'm going to go ahead and take the Gravekeeper's Assailant with me. But then I'm going to take a pretty good amount of damage between Spear Soldier and Gravekeeper's Chief, bringing me down to 1,300 life points. That is pretty bad, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like I am staring down a huge board again, and TJ is running for the advantage. I'm going to start off with my turn. Special summon Fiend Mega Cyber, set a monster in defense, and then do the bloodiest thing. Activate Ceasefire for game. Ladies and gentlemen, TJ is under the 2,000 life point threshold. Ceasefire inflicts 500 damage for each monster on the field. TJ only has 1,300 life points. This is game, ladies and gentlemen. Warriors being able to sneak that win in. That was really strange, really, because TJ had all of the advantage in his favor. Ceasefire not only being a great card for disrupting monsters like Gravekeeper Spy, Magician of Faith, etc., etc. This time around, it was really good at stopping or going for game. TJ's going to go ahead and start off by activating Terraforming, adding a Necro Valley from his deck to his hand. And it's like, man, you're going to draw Terraforming or Necro Valley in every given game, aren't you? He's probably smiling like, yeah, I'm going to draw that. Necro Valleys are pretty good to draw. Whatever, dude. He's then going to go ahead and follow up by activating Necro Valley, or one can only assume that he's going to go ahead and activate Necro Valley because that would be something that you would do with a Gravekeeper deck. That's a card that you want on your side of the field at all given times. And yes, he's going to use that copy of Necro Valley that he searched through Terraforming. He's then going to follow up with Graceful Charity, allowing him to draw 3 cards and then discard 2 cards from his hand. I wonder what 2 cards he's going to discard. TJ is going to discard Tribe Infecting Virus and Smashing Ground, and that's going to complete the requirements of Graceful Charity. He's then going to activate Delinquent Duo. Whoa! At the cost of 1,000 life points, he is going to discard 1 card from my hand at random, and then I have to discard 1 card, effectively putting me down to 4 cards in my hand at the start of my turn. This is pretty drastic. Delinquent Duo for 2 in the beginning of any given turn is just nasty. TJ is going to randomly roll a 6. Then he's going to follow up with a 3, hitting the middle card, which just so happens to be a Breaker, the Magical Warrior. My out to Necro Valley. No! This is already looking really bad for me. TJ is then going to follow up with 2 cards face down. No monster? Yes, a monster in defense. The infamous T set, followed by, I guess you would call it, I don't know, a TL, a T plus an extra set. I don't know what to say. I'm going to go ahead and start off my turn, and that Warrior Toolbox is deadly. I have to discard the DD Warrior Lady, but I get the normal summon Mystic Swordsman to my side of the field, allowing him to destroy his Gravekeeper Spy. No! TJ said a Gravekeeper Spear Soldier. Really smart by TJ. And then on his turn, he's going to use Rite of Spirit, special summoning the Gravekeeper Spear Soldier back to his side of the field to attack over the Mystic Swordsman. This play, this next level play, not only was the face down card not Gravekeeper Spy, he got the special summon it back. I'm going to activate Pot of Greed on the start of my turn. Does TJ have a response? Yes, he does. He's going to Solemn Judgment the Pot of Greed. Are you insane? This man is playing ultra aggressive right now, wanting to finish this game off as quick as possible. Do I have any type of comeback? Because Solemn Judgment and Pot of Greed means that you mean business right now. He just might have a hand. I'm going to go ahead and use Reinforcement of the Army, searching my deck from 1 warrior monster. Let's hope that it's the warrior monster that counts this time around, because, whoa, TJ playing ultra aggressive. Solemn Judgment to the Pot of Greed means that he might just have enough to put game. Maybe it's a Gravekeeper Spy face down, and then a Gravekeeper's Chief in hand. That should be enough for a significant amount of damage, if not game. I'm going to Reinforcement of the Army for the Exiled Force. Looks like I might just be giving up my normal summon to stop his face down monster, which is worth it if you ask me at this point in time. I'm then going to go ahead and, yes! Special summon the Fiend Mega Cyber, so it looks like I'll be able to break TJ's board after all. Normal summoning Exiled Force, feeling that his face down card is a Gravekeeper Spy for game. It was a Gravekeeper's Guard, so it's really interesting to see him go ultra aggressive, the Solemn Warning, but maybe he still had something. I'm going to use the Fiend Mega Cyber to attack into the Gravekeeper Spear Soldier, and then TJ is going to follow up with Gravekeeper's Assailant to attack into the Fiend Mega Cyber. Leaving with no monsters, TJ is going to inflict 3,000 damage to my life points, bringing me to 3,900. This might be over, folks. Game has been set, and TJ is in the driver's seat right now. Gravekeeper's Assailant and Sangan to his side of the field. Do I have some type of comeback? I'm going to summon Tribe Infecting Virus. Yes, discarding a Silent Swordsman level 5 for spells, or for spellcasters, and then passing my turn. TJ, passing it back to him. Let's see if he has something to come back with. Will he be able to get over the Tribe Infecting Virus? No, he's going to set a monster face down in defense position. Oh man, this game is still really exciting. I'm going to use Tribe Infecting Virus to attack into his Gravekeeper Spy. Wow. Gravekeeper Spy allowing him to special summon another Gravekeeper monster to his side of the field. He's going to special summon Gravekeeper Spear Soldier, but little does he know I can still use Tribe Infecting Virus. In fact, I'm going to discard the Jinzo to destroy all spellcasters on the field. Tribe Infecting Virus is putting in that work right now, and I am not going to attack into that Sangan and allow TJ to get into what he needs. Whoa, this game is getting hot and heavy, ladies and gentlemen. Tribe Infecting Virus versus Sangan. TJ hoping to draw the card that he needs. We are in very low life points. This could be game all the way around. TJ's going to switch to Sangan in defense, and then set a card face down to pass his turn. It's all up to the TheCaliEffect. Can I draw those cuts cards that I need to finish off this game right here and right now? Looking at my graveyard, I probably do have Blackluster Soldier in my hand, knowing my Saki self. But unfortunately for me, Necro Valley is on the board. I can't summon Black Luster Soldier because I can't banish cards from my graveyard. I'm going to pass my turn. Cheech is going to pass his turn. And now we're looking back at just passing our turn. It's going to be the excitement, the grand galore. I think I'm going to say F it. I'm going to go ahead and try to go for it. I'm going to summon Mataza the Zapper into attack position and equip it with United We Stand, giving it a 1600 attack boost. But even more importantly, it's allowed to attack twice. That is enough for game. Tribe Affecting Virus attacks into the Sengan. TJ has no response since he has Sakuretsu armor face down. Mataza the Zapper is going to attack once, inflicting a lot of life points, actually, 2,900. TJ doesn't know that Mataza the Zapper can attack twice. I'm telling him, yes, this thing can attack twice. Does he have anything? No, it's no momentum cross out. This is over. Thank you guys so much for watching another segment of the Cali Effect. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a like. And if you didn't, let us know in the comments section what we could do to be better. Please like, comment, subscribe, but most of all, enjoy. I hope you guys having a great day like I am.